Okay, now amazingly enough, we are going to do a sugar-free chocolate crinkle cookie.
What?
Who knew?
We did.
This will be so amazing, and hopefully it will turn out the same, because I do not know how much this recipe relies on the sugar to break and crinkle. So what we need is 2 1/3 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon salt. That's all in this bowl. Okay, then we need 2 cups of a granulated sugar substitute. This is granulated erythritol. You can use erythritol, sucralose, monk fruit, and just use the equivalent amount of 2 cups. Then we need 3/4 of a cup of any type of vegetable oil.
Or brandy.
Works. Any light flavored oil. You could use avocado oil. Then we've got 1 cup of unsweetened cocoa. That is not your cocoa mix. That is unsweetened baking cocoa. Then we have 4 large eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract, which I will add. You know how expensive this stuff is now? Whew. Wow. Anyway, and then we will use 3/4 of a cup of a powdered sugar substitute for rolling the cookies in, and this is what I'm using right now. I actually prefer when doing something on the outside of a cookie or a frosting or something like that, I prefer to use like a monk fruit or something else. The only reason I don't care so much for the erythritol in that manner is because it has a slightly cooling effect, and that kind of bothers me. Okay, so we're going to get going here, and we're going to start putting our stuff together. So we're going to add our 3/4 of a cup of oil into our mixer, and to that we're going to add our 2 cups of sugar substitute, and we're going to mix that up. Yay! Here is our product, and that is our oil and our sugar substitute all mixed together.
It looks like slime.
Well, it kind of is a little slimy right now.
Oh, that's just gross.
Then to that, we are going to add our cocoa powder. If someone will move the camera.
Oh, well, I'm trying to get a shot in, but no.
There's our cocoa powder.
Oh, wait, there's an opening back here. There we go.
And we're going to turn our mixer back on.
Hey,
if someone will move their camera. Now we're adding our 4 eggs and our 2 teaspoons of vanilla. And we're going to mix that until well blended. And we're finally back.
Oh, shut up.
And we are putting in our 2 1/3 cups all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon salt. That is all mixed together. Do you see what your mix looks like before the flour is added?
It looks like blood.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
If your blood looks like that, you've got some major problems.
I mean...
Besides the obvious.
What a bitch. You're so mean.
Oh yes, I'm so terrible to you.
So mean.
And we're going to mix this up. Okay, here's a test cookie. We turned our oven on to 350 degrees and we baked this for 8 minutes. Now this is using a, I've tried both the erythritol powdered sugar and the monk fruit powdered sugar. And this is what they turn out like. So is it going to look like the typical chocolate crinkles? No. So possibly what I might suggest is I'm going to try doing it with granulated on it to see what it looks like coming out of the oven with the granulated. But what you might want to do if you want to make chocolate crinkles is maybe just do a quick little milk and powdered sugar substitute glaze, and after they're 100% cool, then go ahead and glaze them, because this is not going to look like your typical chocolate crinkles.
It's still crinkle though.
It still crinkles, it still breaks just like they do. I did not put any non-stick stuff down here. It's got a good consistency. That one's actually probably a hair underdone, but you know, with chocolate crinkles, you do want them a little on the softer side so that they don't end up being rocks, because they're like a brownie. So I'm going to do a little bit more experimenting and I'll come back and show you what we ended up with. Thank you very much.